Hi, good afternoon. It's Kim Dunn here from Positive Young Minds, and today's topic is about exams and stress because VCE exams start this week. And for those of you who may have children going through this, it is an exceptionally stressful time. We all have personal strengths and resources and past experience that we draw on when we're working out whether we can cope with what's going on in our life at the moment. I remember going through year 12 quite a few years ago now, and I still remember walking out of my English exam convinced I'd failed. I was just so incredibly stressed. As the years have gone on, I've learnt quite a bit more about how to cope with those and other stresses that come into my life. But I do remember it was a really hard time. So there'll be a lot of kids out there who are going through a really difficult time at the moment. Exams are stressful. It's a test. I try to encourage the attitude with my clients, for those who are quite academic, that it's a chance to show off. It's a chance for you to just show what you've learnt. And if they can go into that exam with that mindset, fantastic. But there's a lot of students who can't do that when they look back over their past results, when they look back about how their life's been travelling. Maybe they're not getting such positive feedback from within themselves. So your role, you can play a really good role in this as a parent, but it might be a little bit different to what you think I'm going to say. So first of all, a little bit more on stress. So how do you know when your child's overly stressed? A little bit of stress is great. It gives us that motivation and push to work a bit harder, to achieve things. But when we go into distress, when we sit back and go, you know what, all this that's going on in my life, I do not think I can cope with. And then that will send me into distress. That may look like irritable moods, change of appetite, not being able to sleep, increased heart rate. It might be withdrawing from friends and activities, just being really snappy with family, maybe sweating, feelings of panic or hopelessness. It'll vary a bit from individual to individual, but when our minds have switched into that distress state, our bodies will come along for the ride. So we're in this level of distress. If you have a child in this level of distress, it's likely it's not just the exams, it's everything that's been leading up to the exams as well. So how you can help, there's 4 particular ways that you can help. First of all, minimise change and disruption that's going on around them and in the household. Maybe not the best time to move house. Maybe not the best time to change their routine, or to insist that they start doing chores they've never done before. Or even if they're working, to go, no work. Try and maintain as much normality as possible. It might be they reduce shifts. It might be there's slight changes, but if they can just keep that routine up, it's sending a message to the brain that, you know what, life goes on. This is one stress, but there's other parts of my life that are still continuing as they always have been. So number 1, minimise change or disruption. Number 2, remind them of past successes. Remind them of the strengths and inner resources they have and that they've shown. Maybe they're really organised. Maybe they're great at talking about things. Maybe they're great at problem solving. Maybe they're great at looking for resources for other people around to help them, like you or a teacher. Whatever it is for your child, maybe it's they're hopeful. Maybe they normally have a positive outlook. Maybe they are really great at perspective and can sit back and have a look at the bigger picture. Whatever it is about your child, remind them of that. Thirdly, identify things they've done in the past that have helped reduce stress. So if you know going for a walk or playing with the dog, talking to a friend, getting a good night's sleep, going out and watching a movie. Whatever it is you know your child has done in the past to reduce stress, encourage them to do that now. Because if they're in this distress mode and their brain is just not thinking very clearly, you can remind them, you can help them. And it might be so obvious to you, but with everything that's going on, they've totally forgotten. So my mum, when I was doing year 12, when I was super stressed, she would just pop me in the car and take me to the beach, and we'd go for a walk and just talk about what was going on. The fourth thing is check in with them. Ask them how they're thinking, because you just don't know sometimes. And if there's something obvious they're thinking, like if I fail this, that's it, the year's been a waste, or I'm not going to get the results I need. Or it might be something totally unexpected they're worried about, like how they're going to get to exams, or what do they do when it's all over. If you can just be there and provide that sounding board for them, you're doing a wonderful job. So just to recap, stress, expect it, watch out for signs it's slipping into distress, and if it is, point out to them their resources and their strengths and past successes. Minimise the change and disruption around them, but encourage them to keep up a normal sort of routine, because let's face it, if they haven't got a great routine now, it's not going to change over the next few weeks. Number 3, identify past stress releases that they've tried that have been helpful. Fourthly, check in with how they're thinking. Ask them. And if they come up with something that's a bit beyond you, look out for help. Now, I'm happy to help. You can give me a call on 0408 533 515. You can find online resources that will help. You know, there's Reach Out has a parent section. There might be parents in your child's year level you can chat to, friends, family, whatever you need. If you need it, reach out and grab it, because if you can manage what's going on for you, you'll be able to help your child. So that's it for today. Good luck for all those who are going through this at the moment. If you're watching this either live or after the event, feel free to comment about how things are going for you. Maybe you've got a great tip about VCE or exam stress you'd like to share, or maybe you have a question. Whatever it is, just pop it in below. So if you believe like I do, it takes a village to raise a child, share this with your tribe, so together we can grow wonderful adults. Okay, bye for now.